Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. Season 2 of What If is coming to an end. I have no idea if there's going to be a third season, but at this rate, cancel the whole thing now. I have no idea what to expect from this episode. It seems like it's going to be rushed immensely. This episode is titled, What If Strange Supreme Intervened? I honestly have no idea where this season's going. At least the last season at least had some breadcrumbs alluding to where it was going to go. This one, not a damn clue at all. So let's get into it.
A world at peace, thanks to a hero from an entirely different universe.
What happened to everyone in the throne room after Peggy Carter yeeted Steve Rogers back to his own timeline or whatever, something like that, though? She pressed the button, and then afterwards, everyone was gone except her, though. So did she just vaporize everyone? They never really answered that.
Captain Peggy Carter, a warrior out of her own time.
You guys have been sucking this woman off from the start. Please stop it.
The super soldier from World War II who thrust herself.
Why are you wasting time with a recap? We already know what's going on here. Anyone that's watching this episode now has seen all the previous ones.
It was a loss that could have consumed her, but instead, it fueled her.
But instead, I decided to put her in a timeline where there is a Steve Rogers, so...
To become a hero for all time.
Remember when Steve Rogers was obviously the bad guy and Peggy Carter was so penis blind that she couldn't see that?
Once lost in the future, is trapped in the past.
Why is she trapped in the past? Why are you not bringing her to the future, her own timeline, or making a new timeline for her? Why do you want to torture this woman?
Even 400 years from home.
They better explain, because last episode, this throne room was filled with people, and now they're all gone.
Your timing couldn't be better, old friend. I was afraid I'd be stuck here forever.
By the looks of things, this happy hour could use a little more happiness.
I remember in Multiverse of Madness, I think it was Mahler's review of it, when Doctor Strange turned water into wine or something like that, though. They were really talking about, okay, now he has the ability to do anything. So now he could just, touch you and then your blood turns to wine or whatever you want it to be and the person will die instantly. And I really didn't realize that at first, though, but it's like, wow, that's such a big ace in the hole, and they're never going to use it again, though. So maybe don't have him be able to turn these things into something else.
Any chance you can offer me a lift home?
The Watcher is literally looking at you right now. Can't you just ask him?
Anything for a fellow guardian of the multiverse.
The bond of two heroes forged not just...
We've seen all of this. Nobody watching this finale has not watched the previous episodes. You should not be wasting time catering to the few people in the world that be like, oh, I have no idea what the hell's going on here.
For like Captain Carter, Dr. Stephen Strange had been on a...
Are we seriously wasting this much time talking about recap?
This is certainly rustic.
Why are you bringing her to this place, though? You just warped into her world, right? As the last episode ended where she was at the bar, a portal opened up, and he showed up. So now, in order to send her to a different time, he has to bring her somewhere else?
I've been kind of busy.
I don't trust Superior Strange. I think he's the bad guy in this one.
Infinity Ultron, I think you know, and Thanos. Yeah, well, someone's got to do it. And we both know the Watcher would never stoop so low as to intervene.
What was that jab at the Watcher? He did come out there and save the multiverse. So, why would you say that?
I knew you'd understand.
And didn't season 1 end where he was stuck in his world again that was all collapsing, but he had that magical orb of Killmonger and T'Challa, Star-Lord, and they were fighting over the stones, and he was like, oh, I have to be here for all eternity to watch this. Now, all of a sudden, you could just not do that?
But look, there is actually something I need your help with.
Strange, I'd rather go home.
I'm sorry, Captain Carter. Do you want to go home? You don't want to save the multiverse? That's not like you.
It's a bit embarrassing, to be honest.
This whole episode is embarrassing. This whole season's embarrassing. Marvel right now is embarrassing.
One of them's escaped.
Yeah. How did you know? Then you'll help me save the world, or several of them.
No.
Pardon?
I can already hear the Watcher intoning that meddling in the multiverse.
Are you kidding me? Now all of a sudden you decide that meddling with the multiverse is a bad idea?
This is always a mistake.
Ah, come on, Peg.
What the fuck? Why are you character assassinating Peggy Carter in the last episode? She would not remotely say, no, I can't do that. She'd be like, oh, tally-ho, folks, I will be there to do the things.
I know he's a fifth-dimensional being with that big head and that soothing voice.
Why are you shitting on this man? He's probably watching you right now.
I mean, what? Are you going to tell me that it was wrong of you to save the world of 1602?
Yeah, he's got you there, bitch. That's all it took? Was to remind her that, 1 day ago you did this exact same thing?
So, who's our bad guy?
Also, what would happen if Peggy Carter did go back to her own time? Like Stephen Strange said, oh, you're right, Peggy, chip chip cheerio, I'll just pop you into your own universe. And she's gonna do what there? Just sit down and watch TV as, all crime in the world is happening?
Our bad guy is a she.
My mistake.
Okay? Why are we wasting time?
Wait, Strange, why can't you just do this?
Because then the episode wouldn't happen, sweetheart.
Because you, my friend, are an unknown. She'll see me coming a mile off.
That's not a reason. That's not a reason at all. So you're telling me whoever this villain is, I'm assuming probably Wanda or something like that, though, if they could detect where he's at, she could detect him, but she can't detect anything else?
You'll go find her, then I'll be able to bring you both back here.
There are so many other people he should grab than her.
Then I'm out. You'll send me home?
Cross my heart.
He's clearly the bad guy in this episode.
Strange, how will I know it's her?
Oh, trust me. You'll know.
Is this kind of like in No Way Home, where Peter Parker had to go out there and use the gauntlet that Strange gave him to warp these incursions back into a prison or something like that, though? Because all he did was give her the invincible armor of the first season, right? He didn't give her an ability to take these people back, and her lack of questioning during this tells me that, yes, Stephen Strange is going to be the bad guy. I'm assuming when she gets her hands on the bad guy, he's going to maybe suck the life out of her or something like that and become this omnipotent being or something like that.
Well, look who it is. You here to help for a change?
You mean like I did in the previous season and everything else I've been doing so far?
Or just to narrate?
The bomb at Project Rebirth packed a bigger bang in this universe.
Right, so you're here to narrate.
Why are you such a smug bitch right now?
What are you doing here, Captain?
Look, if you aren't going to help, you can leave.
What is happening? Final episode of this season, hopefully the series, and you've just made her into a complete jerk for some reason. Why are they doing this with all the women characters? Why are they all jerks?
I thought you learned the dangers of interfering in worlds not.
Okay, but she really couldn't say no, right?
Your own.
Spare me. We're never going to see eye to eye on this. I get involved, you watch.
What is happening here? Did we not forget what happened in season 1? I know we started the episode and a lot of other parts of the episode recapping it, but at no point did they ever talk about how the Watcher arranged everything and saved the multiverse with these people, right?
Not about watching, Peggy. It's about seeing.
Great, well, Strange found a way to watch and see. He's getting involved.
Oh my god, they are really turning her into a complete jerk to this guy for no reason at all. Why do you want me to hate Captain Carter?
Just be careful.
I'm sorry. You know what? Next time your Steve dies, I'm not going to do a single thing. I'm going to watch you wallow and be pissy, and you're just going to have to deal with your own shit then, okay?
I don't think I can bear to narrate what might happen next.
You are equally complicit in all these bad things that are happening, because if you're going to tell her that something bad's going to happen and you're not warning her, that's kind of a shitty thing to do. It's Cahorne, isn't it?
All right, show yourself.
That's... Okay, let me get this straight, though, okay? Cahorne from the other episode, of course she had the powers of whatever at the time. She is fully capable of using all of her powers, and she could find Superior Strange anywhere, so he decided to send this plain woman that has a little bit of enhanced abilities to bring her in. You cannot fight magic with fists, right?
If you insist on ending this in a fight, you will regret.
You are so ill-equipped for this battle. And at no point would I ever think Superior Strange would have any problems with anyone in any multiverse. I feel like he can just solo everything. Remember in Winter Soldier when Bucky caught the shield? That was really cool, right?
He asked you to help him save the multiverse.
Oh, thank God you speak English. I wasn't going to do another episode of this shit.
To save it from you.
I'm not a universe killer. He is.
What?
I am not your enemy. That delusional or that honored us is lying to you.
Didn't we already establish that with the previous sentence?
What?
Oh no. Peggy, move!
Wow, remember when, like, he was saying things of, oh, yeah, she would see me coming from a mile away. You're telling me you could have just done this the entire time and that would have been, like, problem solved?
Nice work finding her for me.
What? What are you talking about? Good job finding her. You shot her into the world, though. You placed her right there. And then it's like, oh yeah, Captain Carter found her. No, you knew she was there. Why did you put her there then, if you didn't know where she was?
Did he tell you about the Forge?
What forge?
Oh my God, what?
He's gathering righteous heroes too.
Okay, but does he maybe think that these righteous heroes are eventually going to turn evil or something like that? Because realistically, everyone is the hero in their own personal views, right?
Strange isn't trying to save universes. He's trying to resurrect his universe.
Why does he need her powers, though? Because she has the power of the Tesseract or something like that, though? Wouldn't it have made more sense if Strange knows about her universe to go into it and then go into the magical waters of the Fountain of Youth or something like that and go to that land where all the other Cahorne type of dudes were out and then suck all their life force or something like that? Where you had an unlimited supply of it and you had those giant, I don't know, like elephant things with the crystals on their backs that somehow fueled their powers or something like that, though? Did Strange do that or something like that, though? And Cahorne is just the last one? Are we gonna get any of that possibly talked about? I doubt that.
The one he destroyed!
I feel like, call me crazy here, though, most of these episodes could be solved with a simple conversation. Maybe Strange could have had a conversation with the Watcher and decided, okay, hey, I want to do right by my universe. Can you help me out here? Because last I checked, they were stuck in that little bubble at the end of Season 1. Season 2, he could do whatever the hell he wants to, and the Watcher's not intervening at all. And would this technically be an incursion because you're grabbing someone from a different universe and bringing them into this one, and that's what started the rifts or something like that, though?
You're trying to bring back Christine, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yes, that was pretty obvious, and also the rest of the universe that I screwed up, and I'm really sorry for that. I've been repenting this entire time.
And if anyone could understand, it's you.
Strange, come to your senses.
No, I don't think Peggy Carter could remotely understand that because she still ends up with Steve in a lot of these universes, right? This isn't like a canon event, though, with Peggy Carter and Steve Rogers. Because in like the Spider-Man universe, he always loses either an Uncle Ben or someone really important to him that sets him on the hero's journey. But in this one, Peggy Carter and Steve Rogers end up together in Endgame, so it's not really the same thing.
Come on, Peggy. You know you'd do the same thing for Steve.
She absolutely would do the same thing for Steve.
Peggy!
Why is she still putting up a fight against Strange? He should obviously beat her. He is the most powerful being out there.
Peggy, please!
Why am I listening to this random person? Just, I don't know. I would be more inclined to listen to Stephen Strange than her, right?
I would never do this.
That shouldn't stop anything at all. You should just blow right through her.
And Steve Rogers wouldn't want me to.
Steve Rogers actually decided to do his own incursion thing, didn't he? By staying back in time with her and kind of screwing up all future events. I know he didn't destroy a universe, but technically, if we're going by Multiverse of Madness standards of it, wouldn't he technically be an incursion or something like that?
Stop!
Not now. So close.
Why are you so close, though? Just, let's think about this for a second, okay? So, I'm assuming because she has the powers of the Tesseract that he's doing this, right? So why couldn't he just go to another place that has a Tesseract and do that? It just seems like they're trying to invent these plot points that could easily just be circumnavigated by just going to a different place.
Trust me, Peggy. It's better this way.
This whole season is just pushing Peggy Carter to be in these situations when she clearly doesn't have to be in any of them. That could be a terrible idea, right? Why would you want to release all these multiverse killers? Because let's assume that they're not all working together and they're going to defeat Stephen Strange together, right?
What have you done?
What have you done? The absolute worst thing you could possibly imagine.
Well, that should keep him busy.
You could have just destroyed the multiverse. You are aware of that, right? If you released Ultron, but I guess in this point he would be Killmonger with the stones from the previous season, right? If you unleash that one, he's just going to destroy everything, right?
You're just as crazy as he is.
No, you're just as dumb as he is.
We need to destroy that forge before he feeds the prisoners to it.
Are you guys aware of what's going on right behind you? Like, did you guys not see that?
I got it. Hang on tight.
Why did you just speak in a different language? Why would you say come on in a different language and then hang on tight in English? No. We already established that the Asians could speak English, so why are they speaking Chinese?
Starting a prison riot of universe killers, not my best idea.
No, it was the absolute worst idea you could have ever done. You have essentially just destroyed every multiverse. You understand that, right?
Oh no, not her.
Not her. What about the other 100 other things you unleashed?
Be careful, they're...
Yeah, I know. Zombies are pretty universal.
I don't like any of these characters. You're actually making me dislike them more, and I didn't know that was possible. I'm sorry, when it comes to multiversal threats, I don't think zombies are that big of a deal compared to everything else going on in the other room. Now she could fly now? What are her powers exactly? You know, if Peggy Carter just jumped really high on one of these platforms, that would negate the zombies being a threat to her at all. What did she just do with Wanda? Did she just warp her into a different reality or something like that?
I am Asgard's doom!
You see the problem, Captain Carter, with releasing all the multiversal world killers and stuff like that? Now you have a bunch of those things out here, and you're going to destroy literally every world out there because you're stupid. Imagine for a second you're Superior Strange, and you alone have to save all the multiverses right now because this idiot decided to open up all the cages. I would be livid if I was him, and the Watcher should be very upset too. He should come down and go, why are you like this? Why would you do this? Why are they all doing this? Does Thanos know what's going on? Do any of these people know what's going on? It just seemed like as soon as they got out of their cages, their reaction was, oh look, a person here. I must destroy you. Oh, holy shit.
I didn't do that either.
Yes, you did. You're a psychopath. You probably did this. Oh, universe is destroyed, guys. Killmonger's here. He has the stones. It's all over.
Killmonger. He has the stones. We'll need that Infinity Armor if we're
Nope, you're dead. You're dead. He's already won.
going to stand a chance against Strange.
Okay, everyone, that is What If Season 2, Episode 9. For some odd reason, they say that there's 16 minutes left in this episode. I don't believe it, because right now, Killmonger has already won the episode. And that is everything. But you know what? I guess we'll just go through the credits and see what happens afterwards, okay? Okay. My mistake, folks. Yeah, Kahorny could just do everything, and the episode is continuing, so I guess that's good. That really just happened, right? We all saw that. She snapped her fingers, and he got yeeted out of his suit, and now they could just do whatever. Okay.
Okay, that was me.
And don't tell me she's not a Mary Sue. Why are you okay with condemning these men to death? I don't get it.
Fits like a glove.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Captain Carter, the strongest hero in the multiverse.
This should be even the odds.
Doesn't even the odds, it's over. You can literally snap your fingers right now and vaporize every single person in this room.
No, Strange has started the forge.
We have to stop him now.
Perfect. You could just snap your fingers and everything will be solved, right? You know, you do have the stones, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Before he feeds the prisoners to it.
Why does Strange have to feed the prisoners to it? Is this like in his episode where he just started summoning all these big monsters and stuff like that and suck the life force out of them, and then he's just gonna suck these things dry or something like that and gain their powers? They really don't, as usual. What if is doing a terrible job of explaining what's actually going on right now? You're just telling me there's a problem, and I'm just supposed to go, oh, I guess I believe everything you're telling me right now.
How do we destroy it?
Well, I'd rather you didn't.
Are you not dealing with the danger going on in the other room? Is that still going on over there, right?
But you might remember I defeated that armor once before.
Yes, you just imprisoned Killmonger in some kind of a bubble, right? You could just do that again right now instead of monologuing.
Once before, I wasn't in it.
You do not know how to use these things. You don't know how to use them, and we all know you don't know how to use them. Is this like in Batwoman Season 1 when, what the fuck was his name? Pretend Morgan Freeman was like, oh, this suit is the peak of perfection. And then Batwoman looks over and goes, it will be when a woman's in it. And then they canceled the show after a couple seasons. Is this like the same thing? Like, oh yeah, you know, Killmonger was great though, but I'm better.
Oh, come on. I thought you were just warming up.
Why are you toying with these women? Just this seems like you have a big important plan going on. Why don't you just finish it or something like that?
No! Stop!
What are her powers again? Just for reference, she kind of has the powers of everything. You are Superior Strange, okay? You spent a lifetime absorbing the powers of the biggest threats in that book. This should not be a problem for you at all. You got this. You're dealing with a woman that just learned she had powers last week, and Peggy Carter that has no idea how to use the suit. This shouldn't be a problem for you.
You're making it unstable!
You understand that it might explode and kill everything, right? Why is your first instinct, I'm gonna shoot this thing with big laser beam? What the fuck? How did she just do that? Can't you just do the, you know, the Doctor Strange thing where you make like 1,000,000 Doctor Stranges and just, you know, just solve this problem? Why are you not using any of your powers except shield and laser beam?
Perhaps you've forgotten. There are more of us than there are of you.
Yeah, but he's better though. So what does that line? What does that matter?
That's the thing. There aren't.
There we go. That was the move he should have done before. I'm glad he did it. Why are you speaking whatever the fuck language you're speaking now? What's a bigger threat? A bunch of Peggy Carters with shields, or a bunch of the most powerful sorcerers in the MCU? There is zero reason, zero tactical, logical reason why a single one of these Stephen Stranges should be saying, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go fight Captain Carter in a fist fight. She is standing up to not one, but two Stephen Stranges, with all these other ones just standing around and doing absolutely nothing. Is it possible that the What If series is a more poorly written product than the actual live-action movies? Again, why are you trying to beat her in a fist fight? You guys have laser beams. You guys have all these powers. Punching is not the idea here. Look at what's going on right here, okay? Peggy Carter cannot jump to this part over here, though. All these Peggy Carters are looking to jump over here, though. All the Stephen Stranges have to do is just go up, and the fight's over. Because they're all going to just jump off the cliff like the mighty buffalo and all plummet to their doom. Are you kidding me? You could have just done that from the beginning. didn't think to do that as an opening move? You just decided, let's just keep doing it this way? Okay, well, again, folks, episode 9, season 2 of What If. I guess this is where the episode ends, but it's so weird. Again, we got 12 minutes left on this episode, so that must be a lot of credits. So I guess we'll start watching the credits and just discuss this episode, right? Because it's clearly over. We really faded to black, though. I think the episode's actually over, guys.
Steve? Is this real?
Wait a second. This might be an illusion.
You're not him.
Huh?
Why are you trying to punch Captain Carter? Again, just, you have the abilities of magic, right? What would have happened if she would have said yes, though? If she kind of went along with this, timeline theory, realizing obviously this is not real, and she would have said, "You're right, Steve, we'll just be together forever." What would happen then?
He's feeding them to the forge! No!
She just yelled and that was it. You can't do anything. You have the Infinity Stones. Go do something.
The protection around the forge is weakening. I could portal them all home.
I'm sorry. What just happened? Why is that? Why is the portal weakening? What is happening here?
What?
Yeah, what? So how come you're not just winning this? So Cahorne, who just got her powers like an hour ago, now knows how to open up multiple portals to, I guess, the other room? Or she's sending these people back to their dimensions? Oh yeah, you have the stones. Did you forget about that? How come Doctor Strange didn't feed these people to the forge before? This almost reminds me of the plot of Black Widow, where the main bad guy had Black Widow operatives in every government in the world and essentially won, but for some odd reason he never pulled the trigger on his master plan. He's like, oh cool, I have all these loyal mind control widows in every form of government, but I'm just gonna, not do anything about it and just like let things just go on as they usually do. So now Doctor Strange has all these, multiversal threats that he's trying to feed into this forge that he hasn't been doing this whole time. He decided, I'm gonna display them like action figures instead of just throwing them in there one at a time every time he gets them. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that, guys?
I mastered that one a long time ago.
So I'm gonna monologue and not do what I'm supposed to do and let them have the advantage once again.
My world must be reborn.
Again, you could have done this with a simple conversation, right? You could have just asked the Watcher, you could have met up with other magical folks and then brought them in on it, like, hey, would you guys mind helping me out here? It's like, removing a sofa from a house. You don't have to kidnap me and my entire family and force me to do it. You could just ask me, hey Joe, would you mind giving me a hand with the sofa and bring it to the curb with me? And of course I'll do it because you asked nicely, right?
For what it's worth, I really thought you would have understood.
Wouldn't it be really funny if the Watcher just came out of nowhere and just punched him in the face and say, hey, can you just stop doing this shit? I'm sorry. Let's discuss this. Hela, who has absolutely no idea what the hell is going on, just got warped into this world, imprisoned, and she's just gonna throw the helmet to Peggy Carter. I don't think that's how enchanted weapons work, right? Because isn't Odin gifted with the ability of enchanted weapons and then taking that ability away? It's not like I can just grab the hammer of Thor and thus be worthy, right? And this Hela is certainly not the Hela that became Hela the White in, I think, episode 7 or something like that. This is Hela that's bad. So the helmet is now transferable? Is Thor gonna give his hammer too? Because these things are just transferable? Oh, I'm just gonna give the rings and just give them. How come Hela is not making those massive knives like she saw in Thor Ragnarok, where she was fighting what's his name, Salter or something like that, though, making these giant columns? How come Thor isn't using his hammer to throw him in a direction or he can fly? How come the Shang-Pu, whatever the fuck his name is, isn't using the rings to make a force field and yeet himself up and anything like that? It's just, oh, okay, I'm about to die. I'm just going to give this random person, who I have no idea who she is, my powers. Of course, every character here is just going to give Captain Carter all the powers. Is that what's going to happen?
You did it! You sent them home!
Okay. So now she has the powers. So let me get this straight, okay? In her episode, she was just a simple Native American living in America. By the end of the episode, she had the ability to portal, somehow know where España is, which is Spain, by the way, and go there to confront the Queen of Spain and know the Spanish language. That was what she was able to do within like an hour of getting her powers. And now, she has the ability to not only just open up wormholes to different multiverses and make sure that every single person that popped into their universe, into that little portal, was brought back into their universe. You guys do know what a Mary Sue is, right? This is the worst fucking episode of this entire... You guys are terrible. Why is the writing team at Marvel so terrible at their jobs? I know we've been saying this for a couple years right now, though, that the MCU is dead every time a movie comes out, like the Marvels and something like that. Obviously, the Avengers 5 and Kang Dynasty, which who the hell knows what's happened to that, though. We've all been saying that the MCU is dead. You know, Secret Wars, whatever, that's going to happen. We all know that's going to be dead, too, though. I think right here, this could be Marvel's lowest point. You created two characters that literally have the abilities of everything. And everybody. Just... What more do you say about this? Also, the episode is clearly over, but for some odd reason we have 7 minutes left, so I don't know what's going on with that. I remember the Stephen Strange episode was my absolute favorite episode because it showed how he spent a lifetime doing nothing but trying to become more powerful. And just the time that went into killing all these magical beings and getting their powers and having his plan and all these things, and then saying, okay, now I'm this powerful, now I can go get, you know, other Stephen Strange and stuff like that, though. That was a really cool episode. And that is what is missing from all these female characters. The trials and the tribulations, they are just handed powers, and that's it. They just know how to use these powers. Zero issues. They just no comical accidentally throwing all the rings and they're bouncing off and stuff like that, though. Everyone knows how to use everything. Why are you not flying? Why are you not going away? Why are you not using your powers? Why are you not summoning the giant octopus or any of the beings that you soul sucked? How come you're not opening up portals? How come you're not doing anything right now? How come you're not using the Eye of Agamotto, whatever it is, though? You're just standing there and taking it. Is he going Morbid time?
Strange? If you're in there, you need to listen to...
I'm sorry, Strange is 100% in control right now and knows what he's doing. He's not being controlled by anyone else right now, though. This is him doing these things, correct?
I will bring her back. You cannot stop me.
Got a really dumb question. Again, one of those questions that could have just solved every problem like that, though. How come the Watcher never did right by Doctor Strange at all? Didn't tell him, hey, I know you have to watch over this orb or something like that, though, but you can do it, and I will build you a universe or something like that, though, because you saved us and everything like that. how come the Watcher only did Peggy Carter a real solid here and nobody else? And clearly it wasn't that he had to stay by this orb the entire time, though, because as we've seen this episode, he could just put him on his action figure collection. That's it, though, right? So, I'm confused here of why he didn't do that for him. Remember in Guardians of the Galaxy when Peter Quill had to be something special in order to take the Infinity Stone in his hand and not be vaporized instantly? That they needed all the Guardians to hold on to him as well to negate the awesome powers of the Power Stone and blow everyone up? And now Peggy Carter could just grab all the stones at once in her hand and punch with them and not explode at all. Just, I think this might be the worst writing in Marvel history, and I feel like I'm saying that every time a new movie or show comes out. And it's only getting worse, and we have Echo coming out soon, and I don't even know if that could be as bad as this.
No, Peggy! It's gonna explode!
I'm sorry, Cahorne. Why are you concerned with this thing exploding? Wasn't your opening move just to shoot it with laser beam in the beginning? Now you're concerned that it's going to explode?
Come on, Strange. There has to be a way to stop it.
Why would I help you? You just ruined my life's work. I'm not going to help you. I'm going to make a portal and go into a different multiverse and find more people that can help me, and that's it, though. I don't need your help.
My grief is too strong.
Shut the fuck up. I've lost the will to live.
It's grown beyond my control.
So we don't have time for this. It's going to explode right now. Just shut up.
Christine wouldn't want this.
No. What would do?
I'm sorry. Apparently that these demons that were inside of him were not of his own doing or own free will. These things were actually controlling him the entire time. And at no point is the Watcher just sitting by going, you know what, maybe I should intervene or something like that, though. Also, Peggy Carter is punching this thing in the face, though. That's what she's going to do. And somehow her punches are more powerful than the biggest, strongest, omnipotent being in the multiverse. How high are you jumping? And also, can you not fly? Do you not realize you have wings? And also, even if you didn't have wings, you could just fly on your own anyway? Okay, so apparently, Dr. Supreme Strange, whatever his name is, he wasn't actually evil this whole time. He was just being controlled by the evil demons in his head. This shouldn't be a problem. Just portal her out of here.
I take it this means I'm not dead.
No.
So now you intervene. This is when you want to step in? Are incursions a thing? Because that was a big deal in Multiverse of Madness, and they also talked about that a little bit in the Loki show and things like that, though. But, so, did we just forget about these plot lines and do our own thing? Or is that still a thing?
That's Christine. Strange's plan worked.
Yes, but at the cost of his life. He recreated this universe, but was never born into it.
I'm sorry. What? What just happened? That Doctor Strange, as he was plummeting into that thing, that void or whatever the hell it's called, the Forge, he had the time to figure this out. Let me hear that again.
But at the cost of his life.
His plan worked. He did it. How? How did he do it? Did he need all the multiversal threats out there, the world killer threats, or he could have just done this himself? And everything that we've seen of Doctor Strange so far, especially the superior Supreme Strange, he would be willing to do this. I don't think for a second he wouldn't have willingly given up his life to make sure that Christine survives and she's in a world where it's not collapsing every second.
He recreated this universe, but was never born into it.
So you can do all that, though. You could create a universe where you're not born into it, but you couldn't just create a universe where you are in it.
To think of all the suffering he caused for a world he would never get to see.
What suffering did he cause? He was essentially capturing bad guys, right? That I don't really see the problem here.
And I nearly helped him do it.
You saw the good.
You didn't nearly help him do it. You had absolutely no reason to be in this episode. There was no reason for you to be here. You did nothing. You just spoke to Gahorne, and he popped you into his world with a portal, right? He could have done that the entire time.
Even if only for a brief moment, that conquered his demons.
The Watcher is a real piece of shit. We all know that, right? This dude just stands around and then randomly decides, I'm going to intervene this day.
The multiverse didn't need me to intervene, Peggy.
Is it going to be that the multiverse needed you to intervene because you are the bestest and most goodest and brightest and bestest of all time?
It just needed you.
I hope everyone that watches... I really wish the writer's strike never ended. I hope every person that has ever worked on this starves. And that's it. You do not deserve to work in Hollywood ever again.
Ready, finally, to get back to your universe.
Perhaps we could take the scenic route home. Surely there's something worth seeing along the way.
I'm sorry. Didn't she have a problem with going along with Strange's plan in this episode because she just wanted to go home randomly and it's like, fuck whatever you have going on, I just want to go home. But now, all of a sudden, she's like, let's go the long way and see if I can go save all these other worlds or something like that, though, along the way.
Oh, Captain. Just you watch.
Well, there we have it, folks. End of Season 2 of What If. Episode 9, What If Supreme Strange Intervened. Could very well be one of the worst written pieces of MCU products out there. My God, it was pitiful. In every possible way, shape, or form. It's just another MCU product. The Mary Sues just are overpopulating everything. Wow, it's just... I don't know what to say anymore. I'm not even surprised. I'm not even disappointed because I really don't care. I'm not Disney losing billions and billions of dollars. I'm not Disney that's having massive box office flops and are being laughed at every single second of the day. I'm not Bob Iger that has to say things like, oh yeah, the Marvels suck because I didn't have enough executives and I didn't trust in my, diversity hire director or anything like that, though. Just a pitiful show that could have been something truly amazing. Even this episode, you could have had a little bit of a rewrite and it could have made a very good episode. You could have had Strange from the beginning of the episode showing that he was fighting demons. You could have had it where we saw these demons come out, that maybe he couldn't control it when he was doing the yelling at Gahorne when she was trying to protect herself from him. It could have been the demon speaking for him or something like that, though. And then we could have all said, oh my God, Strange is actually not in control right now. Something bad has happened to him. Let's try to snap him out of this. Just Peggy Carter destroying all the prison cells that had the multiversal world-ending threats. That was a dumb idea. But in the end, it was just to give her all the powers of everything. And her and the new diversity hire Gahorne could save the multiverse once again. I think we're done here talking about the show. I hated every second of this season. Season 1 was so much better. I could understand if you want to make Captain Carter the focus of Season 2. I get that. It's just a more competent writing team could have done this a lot better. I might even do an entire rewrite of this season and showing that with a few simple changes, you could have made this truly great. How come Hela wasn't in this episode at all? I'm talking about Hela the White from, I think, episode 7 or something like that, though. Because shouldn't it have been like in Season 1 where all the episodes led to that final multiversal threat? So we got to see all these characters in their own universes. Like, oh, okay, here's how they all got here. Now they're all going to come together. They didn't do that in this one at all. It just seems like I didn't need any episodes. The only 2 episodes you needed was the Captain Carter episode and the Gahorne episode. And you could have had the season finale. You didn't need anything else. You didn't need all these previous episodes. We didn't need to see Peter Quill as Star-Lord. We didn't need to see Nebula as a detective. We didn't need to see MCU Mario Kart. We didn't need any of that. Because we didn't get any of those characters in this final episode. This should have been Nebula. This should have been Peter Quill. This should have been Tony Stark. This should have been Hela the White and Shang-Pu, whatever his name is, and all these other people coming together and fighting Stephen Strange. That's what it should have been. It should have been Stephen Strange starting this off with a conversation with the Watcher. Maybe they're begging and pleading with him to help me make my own universe again. Help me bring this back though. Let me make Christine again. Please spare her in some way. And the Watcher would again say, sorry, I can't help you, bro. And then he turns evil. Then he gets the powers of the Watcher. Maybe he even sucks in his soul or something like that, though. And then this could have actually ended with Peggy Carter being the Watcher. I would have been okay with that. But you rushed everything. Everything of this season was absolutely rushed. Every episode could have easily had an extra 15 minutes attached to them, and they could have eliminated all the bloat of the jokes that didn't land and everything like that, though. And now we can look at, I'm trying to think of other episodes. Happy Hogan becomes the Hulk, and he saves Christmas. That episode didn't really do much. The only thing that happened with that episode is that we got Hulk versus Happy Hogan later on in the previous episode, episode 8 of the 1600 one. That was the only benefit of that. That didn't lead to Happy Hogan saving the multiverse in the end, though. That just had, okay, we have the Hulk, and we need something to fight the Hulk, so we're going to invent a new Hulk. You see how it works here? It seems like they had the final episode, and then said, okay, we have Hulks, so how are we going to defeat the Hulks? We have to add another Hulk, of course, though. We have Strange being a bad guy, so now we have to invent all these new characters. There was nothing. I would have liked to see an episode. Maybe this, again, should have started where Strange went on a rampage. Maybe he went to Cohorne's world and just started taking all the Sky people. And she was the only one that lived. And then she realized, oh my god, I have to do something. I have to figure out how to use his powers. And then she goes out there and gets her own group of people out there. That would have been better. I would have been okay with a novice Cohorne who has no idea what's going on, going out there and searching for the best people in the multiverse. Maybe she somehow gets into a battle with Strange and their beams are colliding, and she somehow sucks in some of his energy and then has the ability to do this. And she will say many times, like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Almost like an America Chavez thing, though, where she's new to this and doesn't really know how to use her powers, and that's it, though. And it could have been an episode of her explaining and trying to figure these things out. But nope, instead we got strong, independent, diverse characters that know everything, and they're just the perfect in every way and have a complete command of their powers. And then, of course, we have the bad guy that wants to destroy everything for unknown reasons, and could have done this, could have easily completed his mission long before this episode, but chose to not do it for, obviously, plot conveniences. And that was Season 2, everyone. I do hope you enjoyed my recap of them. And I'm just curious, okay, what would you have done differently with Season 2? Because I just went over my whole thing of how I would have done this. I'm probably going to make it a whole episode just devoted to what would I have done with Season 2. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. And, yeah, maybe I'll even put it in the episodes. So hopefully we can talk about it. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed.